Peace, fam. Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Monte. You know what it is. You know what I do. You know how we get down. So come on in to the feed, guys. When you come in, make sure you get that thumbs up. If you're watching this on replay, much love to you. We're going to be dealing with liver cleanses today. We're going to be dealing with women understanding the man. You know what I mean? Certain aspects that drives a male to do what it is that we do on certain situations, on certain basis. Thanks for coming to the house. Be sure to get that thumbs up. Give a shout out as soon as you enter in. I got a list of things that we're going to be talking about above. I got my PayPal address for those of you who want to order products. And I have the product description. I have that in the description below after the actual live feed goes. But again, guys, we want to really get a better understanding of what it is that motivates the male who is in tune with his nature to do the things that he is trying to do and accomplish. What's up, Catherine? What's going on? All right. You're a program consult. All right, cool. What it is that you do, Catherine, specifically. I think this is the first time I've seen you in the house. Where you operating from? Where is Sharon? I don't know. Sharon might be. She probably at her house. I hadn't talked to her this morning. Talked to her yesterday. But again, she told me a few weeks back that I don't need to be I talk too much. I don't need to be sharing her business. Let her do that. So she should be coming back on board. She's doing all right. Washington, D.C. What specifically do you do as a program consultant? If you don't mind sharing that, you know what I mean? But again, guys, I got a list of things that I want to touch on above in the chat session that you can look at. We'll be dealing with that easy and simple liver detox. Many people make things complicated when they don't have to be complicated. You know what I mean? The body can definitely be detoxed in simple fashions, but at the end of the day, guys, you need to know what it is that you have to do after you detox, because most importantly is being able to remove the toxins from the body. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Develop IT products for the federal government. All right, cool. Are you familiar with SMPT as far as email setups and things of that nature? Do you deal with that type of stuff as well? Because I'm entering a program that I'm trying to get automated emails. I'm doing this thing called Click Funnels, where I'm trying to put together uh, basically what is called a funnel, direct marketing tool. But I'm having a few issues with the setting up of the email system that allows you to actually produce that type of funnel and send out emails and gather emails automatically. I don't know if you deal with that type of stuff or not. If you do, you feel free to share some advice with me on that if you can, and if you will. But again, guys, let's deal with this easy and simple liver detox first, all right? So basically, guys, what we can do is that milk fizzle, ginger, and dandelion. Basically, you want to take about 1,000 milligrams. That equals about a tablespoon of each of those. And basically, like I said, you can take them, you can capsulize them yourself, or you can buy them as capsules. I have bulk items of all of these, so I don't buy them as I don't buy the capsules or anything like that. I capsulize them myself. So at the end of the day, okay, you deal with just the healthcare infrastructure. All right, I feel you on that. At the end of the day, what I do is capsulize my dandelion, my milk thistle, and my ginger. This will go a long way to help to detox the liver. But you not only need to utilize that as a detoxing mechanism, because that breaks up the toxins, etc. But you have to be sure that you remove the toxins as well once you break those toxins up, once you enter into that liver cleanse. So you want to make sure you have enough food or enough herbs that are high in beta carotene and vitamin C. And the top ones are basil, cayenne pepper, oregano, and the ginger itself, which you are utilizing as a liver detox. This thing helps the removal of the toxins from the body. Because what happens is this, guys. What's up, Simply Natural? I think I pronounced that right. Kathy Lynn is in the house. She's new to the house, as far as I can see. She's one of Sharon followers. She came into the house when I came aboard. Give her a shout out. Yeah, definitely getting that in, guys. So basically, again, guys, what you want to do is make sure if you are entering into a liver cleanse, what you want to do, guys, if you are consuming any other Western type diet, if you are consuming any alcohol or anything of that nature that is damaging to the liver, as well as too much sweets, artificial sweeteners, and things of that nature, you definitely want to get into the mindset of probably every 4 months that you want to do a cleanse of the liver. And again, a simple way to do this is the milk thistle, the ginger, and the dandelion, guys. You want to take that. I would recommend like 1,000 milligrams, as far as being able to, a teaspoon equals 1,000 milligrams. So, you know what I mean? And that is something that you might want to consider doing. But you want to make sure when you do that liver cleanse that you also incorporate basil, cayenne pepper, oregano, and ginger, as far as to help remove those toxins from the body. You understand what I'm saying? So definitely do that. Also, some foods that are pretty powerful in helping to remove the toxins from the body, because they are high in beta carotene and vitamin C, are the sweet potatoes, the carrots, the leafy greens, of course, the butternut, squash, cantaloupe, I would say romaine lettuce, as well as red bell peppers, apricots, etc. Those things can go a long way in helping the body to remove some of the toxins when you're detoxing. So it's a two-step process with the detox. You want to understand that, guys. When you do detox, what you're doing is you're freeing up toxins in the system. And if you don't remove the toxins from the system, then the body is going to quickly wrap those toxins back up in fat. So this is one of the keys to also being able to lose fat. This is why detoxing is recommended, because what detoxing does, it breaks up the fat that is covering those toxins and releases those toxins back out into the system. But if you don't take in things that are going to grab those toxins and take them out, then those toxins are going to be rewrapped in the fat to protect the body. So therefore, the toxins or the detox is a double helps on both levels. Like I said, it detoxes, but it also helps the body to lose fat. That's why individuals who put you on a program, a fat loss program, want you to detox first, because this is going to be the key to, again, breaking down that fat, releasing those toxins, and removing those toxins from the body. And therefore, you'll be able to start losing weight, as well as get the body more healthier. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to do that, all right? Also, guys, we want to deal with a few things with this chlorella and the, as you can see, I'm still dealing with some of the residual effects of this never-ending allergy attack that I have, that I haven't been able to really conquer. But also, guys, you want to know the basic benefits of oregano. Many of you guys are not aware of how to use the oregano as far as implementing it into your cooking regimen, or just taking it as a, what I call a shot. I have a little shot glass that I literally take some of my herbs in order to get them down quick, because I feel they taste pretty awful if you just taking them straight as they are. So you want to do a shot if you're doing that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's also the oregano is high in fiber and high in the omega-3 fatty acids, as well as it helps to boost immunity. It has antibacterial activity. It aids in digestion. It improves heart health, detoxifies the body, as well as improves bone health. It is high in manganese, calcium, iron, vitamin K, and it also again speeds up the elimination of toxins from the body. So again, guys, simple herbs that you've known about forever, but you may have never known about the impact and the benefit. You want to check those herbs out. Like I say, oregano is a powerful, powerful herb. If you're buying it in powder form, I do it and I take it in a shot. I have a capsule machine, but it takes a little bit of time, and I don't like spending time, to be honest with you. So I don't capsulize it. I just take it as a shot and get it down real quick because it takes off like many of the herbs that if you have them in powder form, that's what you're going to end up tasting. And so I don't really want to put it on my food because it's not a great enhancer as far as the flavor is concerned. So I just take it straight to the head, so to speak. You know what I mean? Okay, so Kathy Lynn says she suffered from type 2 diabetes. I think we dealt with diabetes a little bit yesterday. I don't know if you caught that video. Actually, we did talk about diabetes yesterday. And we talked about herbs that can help with diabetes. And you know that diabetes, of course, type 2 is a lifestyle issue, meaning that you can reverse that type 2 diabetes if you understand what it is that you need to do. And again, first of all, it's not just the intake of high carbohydrates and sugary foods that is contributing to the uptick in type 2 diabetes across this nation. It's also the consumption of a lot of animal products, animal fats, etc. What's up? What's up, Charlie? Yeah, Charlie, but you got to ease people into these things sometimes, Charlie. Charlie, you have a lot of great information, but again, a lot of people are not ready to just go cold turkey into veganism. You understand what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, you can end up being vegan. And if you're eating a ton of sugar and a ton of carbohydrates as well, you can still have and come down with issues. So again, I like to try to ease people into the process of eliminating certain things to help correct certain things. What's up, Ann? Glad you're able to catch me. You know what I mean? So again, when you're dealing with that type 2 diabetes, or if you're dealing with trying to ease individuals into a life change, you know what I mean? The thing is this: you cannot expect someone to really be the same or have the same response and ability to stop certain things as you are. So you have to meet them where they are. And if you could meet them where they're at and then show them a guide that will allow them to be successful in breaking the habits that are detrimental to the body, that leads to all of these autoimmune diseases, etc., then we can definitely help them. You know what I mean? Your information is great, Charlie. But again, learn. I would definitely utilize a strategy to get individuals on board with what it is that you're talking about. Many people become defensive when you throw something at them that they are either uninformed about, or if they are not well, or if they're just, like I say, very conditioned to believe in a certain way. So the information that you give is great, guys. So Charlie's in the house. He has some great information, especially dealing with veganism. I'm a vegan as well. It goes a long way, especially if you're doing it in the way that you're not consuming a ton of carbohydrates and fried foods that are vegan, or continuing to consume a ton of sugary foods. You understand what I'm saying? But again, Charlie left some great information yesterday dealing with how animal fat, protein, etc., raises insulin levels at an enormous rate. Also, Charlie, a lot of times, if you can, man, post a link to what it is that you are talking about as far as the studies and things of that nature. That'll help individuals really believe what it is that we tell them, because they've been conditioned well. You know what I mean? And we all have been conditioned to a certain degree on certain things. So it's our ability to break those conditions, that conditioning, that's going to be the key to our success. You know what I mean? But again, a simple solution to certain things is the ability to learn how to detox. And it doesn't have to be a complicated issue. There are many very successful detox remedies that can help again start the body in the right process of not only losing the weight but also clearing the body of the toxins and allowing the body to start to heal itself. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of things going on with the body for most of us. You know what I mean? So if you get a chance, guys, check out Charlie's testimony about the type 2 that I think did you say you had the type 2 at one time? You said if you had diabetes, yeah. So he said, yeah, definitely. No doubt about it. Yeah, definitely. So, guys, it's definitely a process that we can take in order to be a healthier individual. I encourage every individual to really start to understand the functioning of their physiology, the biology. Many of us, we don't understand and we don't even attempt to understand. Excuse me one second, guys. Still spitting up some of this drainage that I'm dealing with, guys. So bear with me on that. Yeah. So at the end of the day, guys, it's what we don't know that allows us to continue to do the things that we do. And there's a lot of confusion out there in this health and fitness industry and the nutrition industry, etc. But again, it comes down to not really looking at their information, just really understand the physiology. It's simple. And we say this every day on this channel. If you have to modify it in order to consume it, and this is food that I consider vegan, well, but if you have to modify it in order to consume it, then it's not natural or necessary for the sustenance and the maintenance of this physiology. It makes absolutely no sense that you would have to do that. None whatsoever. You just want to think about that. Don't become, you know what I mean, bogged down with all the information that you're getting, but really just think about that. And especially if what it is that you're consuming has to be modified so that it doesn't poison you. You understand what I'm saying? How could something be natural to this physiology? And for those of you who are a believer in God, etc., why would the God make mandatory for this physiology to survive the consumption of something that if it isn't cooked will kill you? Therefore, you had to develop tools in order to cook it. You had to develop tools and products in order to store it or to go rotten. Come on, man. We just got to think a little bit, guys. We got to think. We don't think. Again, we allow ourselves to be conditioned and believe what it is that we've been taught because it's been structured in and type of an organization, infrastructure that has been delivered to us from day one. And this right here is not a good look. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So again, guys, this is my breakdown on that right there, guys. It's real simple. All right. So also, guys, we was talking earlier, or I was talking earlier, and I was mentioning about understanding the man to a certain degree. Now, again, there's always exceptions to the rule, and don't take what it is that I'm saying as being an all-encompassing type of statement, because of course we are different. Of course, we have different motives and initiatives, but the basis of the male species, when intact, when not disrupted, as far as the hormones being disrupted, etc., is to be a provider, is to be a leader, and is to be a protector of his being and his family's being, his loved ones being. Therefore, anytime you're doing anything to weaken that or chop away with that, you're going to end up having individuals who no longer have a sense of control or a sense of real respect uh, and high esteem, self-esteem. So you end up seeing things that are real. What's up, Bunny? You end up seeing behaviors that are really detrimental, not only to that male's self, but to those who are in that male's environment. And it's not just the individual, it's not just the individuals in a personal relationship that chips away at the essence of a male's motives, etc. These things can be tied up into the environment that they are in, the structure, business, financial of the society. It could be a lot of things that's really digging deep into that individual's um, digging deep into what it is that they're dealing with and having to overcome. So when you really dealing with a male and trying to really get the most out of that male, you want to best try to understand what the basic motivation of the male is. You know what I mean? And the basic motivation of the male who's in tune with his innate nature is, again, to be a protector, a provider, a producer, and a caregiver for his family, so to speak. You understand what I'm saying? And himself first. No male, like we said yesterday, that is in tune with his innate nature is going to allow himself to be dominated by anybody, let alone his woman. Again, and this is not chauvinism. This is just a fact. We are different. The male and the female are different when our innate natures have not been disrupted by the hormone disrupting things that are in our environment and the ignorance of not knowing how to really care for that baby from day one. And we've been led astray from that ability, led astray from knowing what it is that really produces stable or give individuals the ability to be more stable or have the ability to be emotionally ready to do and deal with all the things that's going to come our way. You know what I mean? So again, it's a basic understanding of that that can go a long way in helping male and females to have a very successful interaction and encounter throughout their lives. Otherwise, you're going to run into more conflict than this society produces naturally. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely, definitely. So yeah, guys, it's definitely a process to what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Again, guys, I didn't want to stay on long with this one. As you know, I'm producing and promote my products as well. And as you know, I have the herbs that are necessary to make the things that it is that I'm talking about as far as the detox. Also, again, I have a bunch of the hemp care products, skin care products, as well as the CBD oils, and as well as the hemp protein. Also, again, guys, I have those programs for those of you who are truly interested in becoming vegan and moving in that direction. I have a system, I have a guide that will help you to accomplish that in a way that is not going to allow you to really fall back and relapse because you went about it the wrong way. Many of us need to go about it in a certain way that allows us to wean ourselves off what it is that we're doing. I have that system in place. You get that system for free, as well as the detox guide, as well as the nutritional guide, plant-based nutritional guide that has a ton of information dealing with meal planning, also dealing with a whole list of plant-based foods that you can't go wrong with when it comes to having enough variety to meet what it is that you're trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good thing. You say, is it my system? What you mean? What you mean, Bonnie? I'm trying to figure out what exactly you're asking. Anytime, this is one thing that I will say. Anytime that the female wants to be more dominant than the male, you'll never be able to have a real man stay in your system as far as being a part of your life. You may have a man in your life, but he would never reach his fullest potential, and he would never be happy and satisfied with you dominating him. Now, that's a fact when it comes to the female and male relationship. It may work, but he's going to be less of a man. He's not designed or built naturally to be conquered or defeated by anybody, anything. This is a fact. This doesn't mean that he is reckless and he wants to be controlling and dominating himself, but he damn sure will not allow himself to be dominated by anything or anybody, let alone his woman. That's not going to happen with a man who is in tune with his nature. Therefore, a lot of conflict is coming up in these relationships in this day and time because the empowerment movement of the woman, which is a beautiful thing. Women need to be empowered. And when they are empowered and when they are feeling themselves and in tune with what it is that they are doing and mastering what they are doing, this is a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't get it twisted. But what I am telling you is this: no man that is in tune with his nature will ever be comfortable with allowing his woman to dominate him in any type of way. Now, again, you may have situations where a woman is dominating the man and they're in a relationship and they remain in that relationship, but he'll never reach his fullest potential being dominated by anything. And this is something that we have to come to understand. Again, this new age quest for equality is a beautiful thing, but know one thing: no two things on this planet are equal. Nothing is equal in our ability to do things, in our biological makeup, in our physiological and hormonal expression. All of us have unique qualities, unique skills, and there is a difference. There's a difference between the black, the white, the red. We are different, and many individuals don't want. What's up? But biblical tea. I ain't seen you in a minute. I see you don't slid up in here. Don't start that trouble, biblical tea. I see Bunny already want to start some trouble. That's how she get down. But again, guys, you can't. No doubt about it. Ain't going to let anybody run him for real, girl 42. This is the key. But it's not about him not being able to be told. And now there's a difference between a fool who is a real man and a real man who has the insight and intellect to know that his greatest asset is going to be that female that's next to him, that woman that is with him, and his guidance and his willingness to listen to the innate intelligence of his woman is going to be vital. Now, you have a real man who is a fool too. He's never going to be dominated, but he'll never listen to anything, let alone his woman. Now, that's a fool. You got real live fools too. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's not about that. So I see none of your business. Real men want submissive women. That's a deep statement right there. None of your business. I don't know that they want to. What you mean by submissive? You understand what I'm saying? It's the definition of submissiveness that I think we need to get a understanding of, because you'll be a fool as a woman to submit to a foolish man. You understand what I'm saying? If this dude is not able to listen and talk and converse with you and actually be willing to actually see where it is that he may be wrong, and just because it's coming out of your mouth, you don't want to hear it. Now you're dealing with a damn fool. He may be a real man, but he's a real fool too. So you don't want to submit to any type of fool at the end of the day. And again, the word submissive is definitely something that I think is loaded. So I think we have to have degrees of what it is that we view submissiveness is. The thing is this: I know that a lot of men don't want to feel as if they're coming home to another war after they've been out here in the streets or in their business going to war in this capitalistic society, to come home and have another battle waiting for them with a dominating woman, then that's going to be an issue. You know what I mean? All day, every day. So again, you have to know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with a man. A man that's intelligent, a man that understands his nature, but a man that also knows his greatest asset is his woman, and his ability to hear her out is definitely going to be one of the keys to his success. If that fool can't hear you, then you don't need to be nowhere near that fool. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I'm saying? It's, again, guys, if you don't know that I am not religious, I believe that there is a higher, I know for a fact that there is a higher intelligence that creates everything that exists. And that intelligence is in everything that exists. So I don't do the religious construct of God. Some individuals believe that if you don't believe in their particular religion, then you don't believe in God. Again, that's an ignorance that is promoted throughout the several different religious constructs. So that causes more confusion than it does the solution to problems. And again, I don't do the religious construct. Now, what I do is I do the supreme intelligence that I know created everything that exists, that I know that is in the sperm, that I know that is in the egg, in order to bring forth this beautiful, magnificent structure called the human being and any other being on this planet. I don't do the religious, guys. You can do it. I'm not mad at you for doing it, but please don't try to push that on me, because again, I have a lot of questions, tough questions, that if I was to present them, you would be automatically offended because I asked those questions. So therefore, I would never bring that to the channel in that way. You understand what I'm saying? So again, do your religion. If you're doing what it is that the religion is calling for you to do, I salute you 100%. But too many of you out there faking, and I know you're faking because I've been around you, and I'm not talking about you guys because I don't know you guys, but I know many of my friends who claim religion, but they attempt to do nothing of that religion besides go to the services that they go to on the days that those services are being offered. You understand what I'm saying? They make no attempt to not fornicate, etc. They try their best to fornicate, actually, but yet they still claim. So I can't get down with that foolishness right there. But if you're not doing that and you're following your religion, I respect you 100%. You understand what I'm saying? What's up, Heaven Met? Heaven Sent Marshall. What's up? Where you from, Heaven Sent Marshall? If you're new to the feed, guys, come on in and give a shout out to where you at. All those who've been with the channel for a minute, give everybody who's coming in a big shout out who's new. I think this is the first time I've seen none of your business. You know what I mean? I'm going to read some of the feedback. Yeah. Yeah, you got to separate. You got to separate men, guys. You got to separate the what it is that you're dealing with in a man, because each individual is different, guys, and that's a fact. No doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. That's what I'm always be. Texas is in the house. Yeah, you should stand up biblical teach. That's what I'm saying. And hopefully, obviously, he understand that because he's still around. You know what I mean? Again, you cannot deal with a fool, guys. You dealing with fools and individuals. What's up, Kim Thomas? Kim, new to the house, guys. First time I seen it. Was first time stating. Minnesota, Minneapolis. It's cold up there, ain't it, Kim? Your boy won't be coming nowhere near Minneapolis, but I heard it's a beautiful city. I probably need to come during the summer. What's the summer months up there in Minneapolis, Kim? But again, guys, at the end of the day, you'll be a fool to submit to a foolish man just because you believe that if you're a Christian, you believe that the Bible says the woman should be submissive to the man and those type of things. You'll be absolutely fool to submit to a fool that happens to be a man just because you married that fool. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you end up making a mistake marrying a fool, and then the fool doesn't evolve into the man that is able to be followed, you have no right to follow that unless you're going to be a fool yourself. Again, guys, we got to be a little bit more nuanced than the things that we're doing when it comes to those things that we're following. You understand what I'm saying? If we're trying to follow a dictate that is not fitting the equation that you are living in, we have to each know that the equation that we're living in is this, guys. Your unique situation is your unique situation. You understand what I'm saying? We can look at things as a whole, but in that whole, it's going to always be unique situations. And at the end of the day, when I say understanding the man, understanding the nature of the man is to be a producer, provider, protector, and to be one who is not dominated. At the end of the day, if he's a foolish man, whether he's a producer, provider, and a protector, but yet he's a fool, he's still destroying the fabric of his relationship and of his family. You understand what I'm saying? So the woman, definitely you have to be there in order to check that foolishness. You know what I mean? But again, no man will ever be able to be a man to his fullest extent if he allows his woman to dominate him and if she wants to dominate him in a way that allows him to be less of a man. He can never reach his potential. And that doesn't mean that he needs to be dominating his woman. He should never be a figure that dominates his women, his children, etc. That's foolishness right there. Absolutely foolishness. You know what I mean? So again, you have to be able to recognize what it is that you're dealing with. And if you're not dealing with a man who can think, a man who can sit down and listen, a man who can vibe with you on a level of growth, then you're dealing with a fool, no matter what he's producing, providing, or protecting. And no matter how much you say you love him. You understand what I'm saying? We get attached. Most of it is this, guys. When we're dealing with those relationships that are not prosperous, that are not leading us into a path of upward growth, many times we stay because the lack of our own individualized growth. And that's what many of us are lacking. Took me many years to figure out that it's me that I got to deal with before I ever deal with anybody on a higher level again in my life. I have to master what it is that I'm dealing with, all the insecurities, all the deficiencies, all those things that allow me to basically throw out onto others, project onto others the shit that I'm dealing with. Excuse my language, guys. And that's most individuals. Most individuals in relationships are dealing with their own stuff that they haven't been able to come to grip with or come to a good understanding of how to deal with it. Therefore, it is again projected onto their mate, their children, etc. And you have a whole lot of conflict, continuous conflict in a relationship where two people may have the same type of goal of becoming one, but will never become one because they're not one with themselves first. Before you're able to become one with anybody else, you have to become one with yourself. And most of us are not one with ourselves. You know what I mean? No doubt about it. Yeah, dairy estrogens are causing a ton of submissiveness in men. Not just dairy, man. It's deeper than just the dairy, Charlie. That's cool. But it's a lot of things that is causing those submissive natures. The androgen hormones not being released at the right time. It's more so the toxins that are really doing the damage to the innate hormonal expressions of the male and the female, and particularly the atrazine that is found in the water supply, guys. We talked about this before. The atrazine, which is a herbicide that a guy by the name of Tyrone Hayes He's a researcher from I think California, Berkeley. Back in the 90s, Syngenta. I'm pretty sure you guys who take medications have heard of Syngenta. And if you're not, well, it's a big pharmaceutical company. They hired Tyrone Hayes to do research on the new herbicide that they was putting out into the fields back in the 1990s. You understand what I'm saying? He did the research on it. They hired him to do it to see what the effect was. What he found was that the herbicides that was running off into the water supply that was leading to the amphibian life that was living in that area was actually turning the hormonal activity of those amphibians into taking a male who is a genetically born male and turning that male into a male that was able to produce eggs after being exposed to this. Also, it was showing that those amphibians that were exposed to the atrazine was also the males were also inclined to want to hump another male than to hump a female when it came to sexual reproduction. Again, they tried to hush him, they tried to silence him from producing his results, but he produced the results anyway. And they went on a smear campaign to try to discredit him. But again, the science was there. His information was sufficient, and therefore the information is out there. So again, it's a lot of the chemicals that are having a major effect, not only on the male, but also the female. Estrogen is not only a excessive amounts of estrogen not only can cause issues in the feminization of the male, but too much estrogen in the female can also cause not only the breast cancer, but can cause more of a masculine type of approach, emotional state of being. So you have to really understand a lot of things that we are exposed to are triggering a lot of these unnatural behavior patterns that have now become accepted as natural. You know what I mean? So again, guys, I'm running a little bit late on what it is that I was supposed to be doing. I need to actually text and let them know I'm gonna be about 10 minutes late. I'm actually late right now. But at the end of the day, guys, again, when you're dealing with a fool, as far as relationships are concerned, don't be a fool with that fool because you believe in a certain religious construct that tells you that this is how it should be. Again, you have to be able to use your brain and use your unique situation as the situation. Taking everything as a broad generalization and applying that to you when it's not your situation, then you're going to run into issues. You know what I mean? So again, guys, I'm answering some of these questions, then I'm gonna get up out of here. Yeah. So again, I'm gonna read some of these things that was said. Kim Thomas, you better believe it's cold, right? Say June through August is hot. Yeah, I got to come up there, Kim, and check it out. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the support. For real, girl. Said the Bible don't tell any woman to submit to a fool. No doubt about it. Say making pancakes. Listen, I feel you, biblical. I can't the pancakes, even before I became vegan, I couldn't do the pancakes anymore. They literally destroyed my system. Not the pancakes. It was the gluten, the wheat, and the dairy. The gluten and the wheat that was in the pancakes, and I think they may have had milk in them as well. But they eventually destroyed. I couldn't do them anymore, even before I went vegan. For real girl says a foolish man cannot be a provider, protector, even an intelligent man if he is a fool, nor can he lead by example. Everything that it takes to be a good and real man. You know what I mean? It's like I said, and don't take what it is that I'm saying as you're gonna be able to find somebody who embodies the perfection of all of these. That's going to be very rare. This society doesn't really produce an environment where men can actually really come out and be easily, thank heaven sent, Marshall, easily in that type of line mindset, mentally and emotionally. Also, guys, there's a lot of things that's going on that really breaks down an individual's ability to deal with the here and now as far as the situations are concerned. There's a lot of things that we're doing that are really destroying the mental and emotional capacities that we have to really deal with situations that require us to have a higher mental and emotional state of being. So there's a lot of things going on with that, particularly again in the nutrition, particularly in the drugs that you're having to take, over-the-counter drugs, prescribed meds for certain things, anything that alters the metabolism of the body or alters the natural functioning of the body and doesn't work with the body, it's going to cause an issue to the body in the long run. Now, again, before I say that and before I leave, again, medication can be definitely beneficial in the short term. It's the long-term use that's really triggering the issues that we have. Who said they headed over to Sharon to get the coffee in? I see that. I think that's biblical tea. Yeah, go ahead over there, biblical tea. Yeah. So again, Charlotte says, I agree 100% with what you're saying, having upset hormones in the beginning of a man giving up his masculinity. Yeah, that's on men and women level though, because many of the women are becoming super masculine. This is just not happening. This is a product of a lot of things. I think it's deeper. I think it's deeper. Yeah, no doubt about it. Biblical tea. All right, biblical tea. I ain't gonna start nothing with you today. But if I see you on this channel tomorrow, we're gonna get it in, biblical tea, if you still around. You know how we get down. All right, guys, I gotta break up out of here, guys. I'm running late. The man, I'm wrong for doing this to the man, but I'm about to go. All right, guys, peace and love. I'll be back tomorrow morning, guys, around the same time, probably no later than 9. We'll get it in again. Sending you peace and love. Again, guys, share that video, share the information, support your boy with the products. Again, guys, if you see the skin, you see how glowing the skin is. Again, this is a combination of things that I'm doing for the skin and for my health, guys, as far as what it is to help to keep the skin healthy as internally and externally, guys. And I'll leave all that information in the description. Sending you peace and love, guys. Thanks, Catherine, for coming around. Hope I see you again. Peace.